lag on that. Go through all the... I think that's slow. Where are we on? Oh, we're on. Alright, sweet. What should file name be? Oh yeah, Shannon. Oh no. Let's do it. Alright. Are we good? We good to go? Alright, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! Alright, this is Crash Team Racing. It's a kart racing game. It's the 4th game in the Crash trilogy. And yeah, it's a terrific game. It's really good. I urge everyone to play it. It's much better than Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing combined. So, I am Nase, and I'm joined on the couch by. Yeah. Oh, I was going to introduce you. You do it. Fine. Oh fuck, that'd be great.
So if we get something wrong, I blame Natty. Yeah, you didn't explain it properly, sorry. It's your fault.
So this game's got some really cool mechanics to it, and they all have really cool names. But basically, like the base game mechanic, you can see in the bottom right of the screen, there's like a little meter that fills up, and that's like the mini turbos. So I'm drifting, and then I'm hitting the other trigger to do a mini turbo. And I want the meter to be like as far to the left as I can before it like cuts off. And that's going to get me the most speed. And also build up what's known as reserves. So you can see the flame at the back of the car. It's staying there the whole time. It usually doesn't. Like, if you were to play this game casually, probably not. But when you are doing these mini turbos the whole time, getting speed boosts from jumps like that, and driving over boost pads, you're going to start getting some serious speed going.
Yeah, basically the entire idea is to try and keep fire the entire lap, and in order to keep fire, you have to keep building up reserves by doing mini turbos, going over boost pads, just boosting in whatever way. Hard track. But yeah, basically just increasing your reserves, because your reserves will deplete over time, so you need to keep refilling it or increasing it by doing increasing your reserves by doing turbos of some description. So.
And that's called Sacred Fire. Really intuitive name that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there's some really weird name conventions in this game.
Yeah, it was all named by Portuguese/Brazilian speaking time trial runners.
It's really old boys.
So this game's has a story mode where you drive around in like a hub world. You go into like little portals to do races. There's 4 races per level, and then at the end of the 4 races, you're going to face a boss on one of the levels that you just played in that hub world. So this is Ruse Tubes. There's an interesting little trick there called a speed ghost, where if you go down a hill and then start hopping really fast, aka froggying, you'll sort of maintain the speed from going down that hill for a longer distance. So I can do a little one there.
Yeah, so going down a hill is called, like, you get speed obviously going down a hill, that's called the speed ghost. And when you're driving normally, you obviously lose the speed after going down the hill, but if you froggy, which is basically just jumping up and down, it preserves your speed. It doesn't gain you speed, but it preserves your speed from the speed ghost from going down the hill.
Over a long distance.
Speed up going down the hill, and then the game tries to bring you back down to the speed you would normally be driving at. But if you do the froggying, it slows down the process of that. Bringing you back down to speed.
And that mixed with the Sacred Fire in the back just makes you go like really fast.
Yeah.
It's also a cool little shortcut here. There's a lot of shortcuts in this game. Most are intentional, like that one, I guess.
Yeah, driving over grasses and those sort of shortcuts are usually pretty slow.
Such a tough level.
But you see, he got a really large jump halfway into the grass. So if he tried to drive the entire way or even drift all the way, through the grass, he would have slowed almost down to a crawl
Yeah.
by the end of it. So he jumps like halfway into it to try and get some speed, and then just drift out of it to try and keep fire out of it as well, which is important.
There's another one like that coming up in Mystery Caves.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, go for it.
We got a $50 donation from Hayden. Said, "Hey Nase, good luck with your need for Mario speedrun."
Who's that? Who said? Hayden? Oh, okay, yeah. What's up, Hayden? Cool.
So another one of those
There we
shortcuts there. So you can see he slows right down if you don't get a good jump into that. But again, it's going to be exactly the same deal, just trying to turbo, going over boost pads,
Getting a little speed
your
ghost
reserve, get
down
another
that
speed
hill
boost
there.
there, and then frog it out, basically.
You can tell like how fast I'm going from the speedometer down the bottom right. If the meter's like all the way to the right, then I'm going very fast.
Yeah. The speedometer on the right, obviously, you can see when to do the mini turbos and when to, like, what your speed is. It's actually a pretty important part of the run, is having that on the screen. So.
Oh yeah, we're playing as Coco. There's 8 different characters you can play as in the story mode, and like there's like pairs of 2 that have the same stats. So Coco and Engine was the bid war to play as in this one, and they both have like the best acceleration and decent handling. They don't have great speed, but for the run, it's like quicker to use them. Cause
Yeah, I think I said Natty says like they have the second highest top speed, which is behind Dingadar and Tiny, but they have awful handling. So while they might be faster technically for some levels,
There are certain tracks that those are faster for because you have that higher top speed when you're driving a straight line. But there's certain maneuvering you just can't pull off as those characters because they're handling so bad.
Yeah. So this is like making the best, like the best combination of stats to go fast. Basically, is Coco and Engine. Most people prefer to play as Coco. Because
I don't get the hate for Engine.
Well, I mean, Engine has a giant missile sticking out of his head, and Coco's symmetrical, and that's the reason people use, because it puts them off apparently playing as Engine. But technically, their stats are exactly the same. So yeah.
There's also those little crates there, not the ones with the exclamation marks, the question marks on, sorry. Like one on the right there that gives you Wumpa Fruit, and Wumpa Fruit increases speed. Yes! Let's go, dude.
Every race, isn't it? Every race.
Yeah, go for it.
I got $17.36 from IR Shani saying, "Greetings from Sydney. Gutted that I couldn't be there for the event, so I thought I'd donate now. Good luck to all the runners for tonight and at ASM2018, and I will see you guys at PAX."
Johnny's an absolute legend.
We also have $1.69 from Dan, which says, "You ever just sit in your truck?
What do you say?
You ever just sit in
All
your
the
truck?"
time, dude. There's no greater bond in life than a man in his truck. So this is Sewer Speedway. There's a cool speed ghost at the end of the track that I'm going to try and do.
Yeah. There's also cycles of barrels.
Yes.
They'll squish him if he's on the wrong cycle. So he has to. I don't know if you actually know the cycles, but you can tell they're on a global cycle from when you enter the level, basically.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, so you can tell usually by your lap times where the barrels are going to be.
When you see the first barrel, you can tell where the have an idea of where the second barrel is going to be based on that as well.
Yeah, they're usually in like similar spots when you drive past each. If you're going like at an optimal time, the first one will be in like the same place the second one will be. So that wasn't a very optimal lap, but I think I got cut off by the crowd cheering for that amazing race. But the Wumpa Fruit is like, you can see the 10 middle of the screen. Having 10 will increase your speed by some sort of percent.
Yeah, I think it was 7%.
Around 7%.
Or something, or like maybe it's 1% per. Okay, you got scotched there. It's like 1% per Wumpa Fruit you get, maybe, or something like that. It's not super significant.
And so that's where you only really go for that Wumpa Fruit if it's like directly in your path. It's not really worthwhile a lot of the time if you've got to go out of the way for it.
Yeah.
But,
unless the track's really long.
Yeah.
There are some long tracks where you may go a little bit out of your way to get the Wumpa crates, because it adds up when it's like 2-minute laps or something. It adds up for sure.
That's an intentional shortcut, by the way.
Yeah.
bit tough to get to on NTS. So I'm playing on NTSC, which is kind of like PAL and NTSC are both viable. They both have like their advantages